Hey guys, now you're looking to put an offer in and you want to have the most competitive offer possible, because in this market you're competing against people on 95% of the listings. So you want your offer to stand out. And there's 5 main points to an offer that help you stand out more than the average. So number 1, obviously everyone knows the price is the most important factor when someone's looking at your offer. If they're sitting down there with 10 different offers in front of them, they're usually weeding out all the ones with the low prices that aren't even close, that aren't even at market value. So those are all people that don't understand the prices of homes. And then they're looking at the top, usually 2 or 3 that have the highest price. So most of the time, the highest price will win. But in certain situations, which I'll go through right now, which is number 2, they'll take a little bit of a lower offer because there's less conditions. So the number 2 is conditions. So that's the stipulations in your offer that you put that are usually there meant to help protect the buyer. But in a competitive market, it's important to get this stuff done ahead of time. There's 3 main ones that people used to put in Sudbury, and that's financing, home inspection, and insurance. There's a few others, but we'll save that for if those come up, but those are the 3 main ones. If someone's looking at an offer that has $300,000 and has 7 days to get your financing, inspection, and insurance done, and then there's another offer at the exact same price, $300,000, but they're saying, hey, we're prepared, we want this house bad enough that we're gonna take out all our conditions. It doesn't mean that these people are being unsafe, because you can do a pre-inspection, you can check with your bank, make sure you're approved for that house before you put in the offer, and insurance, you can give a call to your insurance broker and find that out ahead of time. So it's really showing the motivation and the effort put in by these people in order to remove those conditions. So conditions really help you make an offer stronger. I've seen people accept offers that are $20,000 lower because there's no conditions. But again, that being said, talk with your realtor. You don't want to do anything that puts you at risk. So if you can't get your approval for that one house specific, don't go in without that condition. But we'll save that for later. Number 3, closing date. Depending on their situation of the sellers, they might want a super short closing date. If it's a vacant house, likely that's preferable. So if you're in a position you can close fast, that would help your offer. Or they might be someone who is selling now for the security of knowing that their house is sold, but they want to sell in 6 months. It's not everyone that wants to wait 6 months, so you might have a little bit of an advantage. The closing date does not give you that much financial, like you can't go way below asking because you have that one condition that meets their needs. Usually that's just a very small, if you're like within 1,000 or you're even tied and you have a better closing date, they could pick your offer. And then we have number 4, the deposit. This shows strength of the buyer and your motivation and your desire to buy this house. So that's having a bigger deposit. In Sudbury, we used to just put $1,000. That was the deposit. They hold that until closing date, no big deal. But now with cash offers, with no conditions, strong buyers, a lot of buyers, not many sellers, the bigger the deposit, the stronger it makes your offer look like. So imagine you're sitting there with 3 offers in front of you. They're all the exact same, except one person is saying, here's $25,000 up front that if I fail to close on this house, you get to keep. That $25,000 shows that they're a super strong buyer and they're super confident. So you're likely gonna go with that offer because they have more confidence in themselves and their offer. So number 5 are the inclusions and exclusions. So that could be furnace, hot water, AC. If those are in the offer as being rentals, then your offer will look stronger if you keep the rentals. Although that is a negative because you are having to pay this rental for a furnace, where if you buy a brand new furnace, you pay $6,000, or you pay $120 a month for 10, 15 years, which ends up being $12,000. So that's the negative. But if you're in a rental property, then maybe you get to write that off. So it could be a little bit of a benefit. So that's it. Those are the 5 main points that make an offer super strong. There's a few other tips and tricks that we use here at Lake City Realty and RitchieNatale group, part of the team. So if you want some of those and you want to work with us, feel free to reach out at any time.